Hi Virgo, welcome to my channel, The Fool's Journey Tarot. Today is Monday, April 13th, 2020, and this is a general love reading for the sign of Virgo for this upcoming week in April. I want to remind all of my viewers that this is a general reading, so it can pertain to anything, relationships, or it can apply to situations and circumstances surrounding work, home, family, social circles, neighbors. If you can think of it, it might apply. Also be flexible with the energy. Don't be concerned about the gender of the cards. You can mix and match the characters within the reading. In other words, you might be represented by any of them that shows up in the cards. You might feel like I'm reading for you. You might feel like you're cross-watching for somebody that you're dealing with. My intention is always to reach those that need the message and will benefit in some way, shape, or form from the message. So hopefully you'll get something out of this reading, even if only some of it applies to your situation. You may not resonate with every little last detail, but maybe parts of it will, and hopefully it will be beneficial in some way for you. Okay, Virgo, so we're going to get started. I want to give this deck one more shuffle and a cut, and we'll get started and see what's going on for Virgo in this upcoming week in April. Here we go. We're going to start off with the Four of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. Ace of Cups in reverse, the Six of Pentacles in reverse, Eight of Pentacles in reverse, the Fool in reverse, Four of Cups, and the Three of Wands in reverse. Okay, Virgo, so I feel like you might be a little bit concerned about a financial situation or a job situation. We have the 4, 6, and 8 of Pentacles out here in your first set of 8 cards, and I feel like you might be maybe worried about hanging on to some financial stability. Maybe thinking through what your options might be. There could be a situation where you're in a dissatisfying job situation, or Eight of Pentacles in reverse can indicate job loss or feeling unsatisfied within a workplace situation, and you might be feeling a little nervous, a little scared, a little bit concerned or worried about the situation or what action to take. I do feel like the Queen of Swords is your energy, which is good news, Virgo, because I feel like right now you are thinking clearly. You have your head on straight. You have your priorities straight. You know what you need and what you want. I think that you are making head over heart decisions, so you're thinking through things and trying not to get that emotional piece in the way of making some solid decisions for yourself. It could be that you were anticipating something coming your way or something transpiring for you, and I feel like it hasn't, but you might kind of just be letting that roll off your shoulders, trying not to worry about it. I do feel, Virgo, that you are in a good state of mind, even if the situation appears like it might be a little bit unstable. So let's get, and by the way, you're not alone. The whole world feels like it's in that state of mind right now. Let's see what else we get with this next deck. So we have the Seven of Wands in reverse, and then the Empress, clarifying this Queen of Swords. Ten of Wands, the King of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, clarifying the Eight of Pentacles, both in reverse. The World. The Fool again, this time in the upright position. And then the Ten of Cups. Okay, so first of all, Virgo, I am reading for a Queen of Swords Empress energy, and I want to remind my male viewers that you can still embody this energy even if you're male, but we do have a King of Wands on the table as well, so you might be represented by this energy, but remember, gender of the cards does not matter, it's just the energy of the card. So, Virgo, I do feel like this is your energy, and this is the kind of energy you want to be embodying in this day and age. I mean, you're standing your ground, you're standing in your truth, you're clear-headed, you're thinking clearly, you are making good decisions, and on top of that, you have experience under your belt. You are still maintaining a nurturing nature about you. You're still compassionate and loyal to others. You might have others looking to you for security, for support, for some emotional balance. I feel like you might be on shaky ground and feeling a little bit concerned that you might have to throw your hands up in the air and say, I give up, I can't do this anymore. But you're still holding your own. You're still maintaining a certain level of security. It might be feeling a little bit uncertain right now. I do feel like there's a King of Wands in your proximity. This is somebody I feel like you're dealing with. This is a separate energy from you. And I feel like this person might be dealing with some of the same things that you are. Some uncertainty regarding finances or work related uncertainties. It seems to be a universal concern, and I said that before. If you're in this state of mind, Virgo, you're certainly not alone. And when I saw the world pop out with the Fool, I thought this is a universal concern. We're all scared. We're all worried about that next step forward. What are we going to do in these uncertain times, right? And this doesn't have to just do with the coronavirus, but this has to do with people being uncertain about their job situation or their financial situation, family matters, people moving because they can't, pay rent or pay their mortgage, moving back home with other family members trying to support one another. Everything's a little bit uncertain in the air, and I do feel a certain level of worry, feeling cautious, feeling concerned. On the other hand, I also feel like there's an opportunity in front of you, Virgo, that you may not really be giving a lot of attention to right now, but this could be an opportunity to leave behind things that didn't transpire for you, things that didn't make you happy, things that made you feel unsatisfied, and start something new. It might be a forced new beginning for Virgo. And that could be in the realm of job, finances, home, relationships. We do have the Ace of Cups out here in reverse. Maybe there are some relationships that are a little bit turbulent right now, specifically this King of Wands who came out in this set of cards with this Eight of Cups. The King of Wands is somebody who's a natural born leader. This is somebody who's very ambitious, creative, aggressive. They go after what they want. They don't shrink back from a challenge. They're capable of getting the job done, but they can also manage and delegate others. This person is somebody you look to for guidance, for example, or for the purpose of kind of taking on those leadership roles. Somebody who's not afraid or not worried to step in the position of being able to make things happen, not just for themselves, but for other people. I feel like this is somebody that you're dealing with. This could be a partner, a friend, a co-worker, a business partner, but things are uncertain or unstable for this person as well. He's clarifying the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So again, I get some strong energy coming from both of these people that are on the table, both you and this person that you're dealing with. At the same time, there's a lot of uncertainty and inability to really see what's coming next. And because of that, a little bit of insecurity, maybe a little bit of fear. Let's see what else we get for you, Virgo. We have the Emperor in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the Page of Swords, Ten of Cups again in reverse, the Four of Wands, Ace of Swords in reverse. Seven of Swords in reverse. And the Five of Wands in reverse. So again, with this set of cards, I'm getting that there are some things that may be unsatisfactory in your life that have caused you some internal conflict, have caused you worry, have caused you a little bit of grief, but this might be the time that you can start dealing with those things, or start addressing those things, or start making things right. Because everything else is so uncertain, there's a lot of people, for example, I keep bringing this up, but this is the energy I'm getting off of your cards. There's a lot of people who have either gotten shortened hours, or working from home, have lost jobs altogether, are temporarily out of work, or their schedules or lives have changed because of the certain circumstances surrounding us in this day and age. And because of that, I know many people have found that they've got this extra time on their hands, that they're having to address other things in their lives, like relationships, for example, that may not be working out, or may not be very satisfactory or going so well, that there's this opportunity now with this time and this change of climate and the change of situations that are going, that we can start addressing some of these issues. So it's possible that that's what you're doing with this King of Wands, that maybe you're feeling a little bit unhappy with this individual, or the state of the relationship, or the connection the way it is, and maybe it's time to start addressing those things, making things right. Again, with this Emperor and Wheel of Fortune in your underlying energy, there's a sense that, there's this lack of control with regard to the way things are. There's certain things you can control in your life, and then there's other things that you can't, and it just happens to be the way things are right now. So having to accept the state of where things are, and the uncertainty of where we're headed, and deal with the matters at hand. Again, I guess it depends on how you look at it. Are you afraid to take that next step because you don't know what's around the corner, or the outcome is uncertain? Or do you look at this as an opportunity? Okay, I didn't have the time before. I didn't have the energy, or even the mental capability of looking at these other things in my life that maybe aren't so certain, or aren't so savory, or are not causing me to be happy, or causing me to be unhappy. Now I have this opportunity, instead of feeling like you have something else to worry about. Now we have an opportunity to address some things that weren't working out so well in our lives, right, Virgo? So we have the Ace of Swords again, this time in the upright position. There's the Four of Pentacles again in your underlying energy, with the Empress. Eight of Cups. Seven of Wands again in reverse. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. The Tower. Justice. And the Knight of Pentacles. So I'm getting that there is potentially this opportunity to make things right, specifically within a connection or relationship with this King of Wands. I feel like the two of you are both unhappy, possibly for different reasons, but similar reasons. I do feel like there is an uncertainty, or level of feeling like you don't have control, or you don't have a clear idea of what's next, of what's coming. Again, not having an ability to predict an outcome, having to hang on to what you have for dear life because it's all that you've got. These material belongings, whether it be money or, assets or whatever it is that you're hanging on to because you don't know, what's going to happen and whether or not you're going to lose it or, that kind of thing. I do get the feeling, though, that there is possibly this opportunity to reconnect, to reconsider specifically this relationship with this King of Wands, where because things are uncertain, maybe having the opportunity to come back together and work together, even though things are uncertain in both camps. Or if this is somebody that you are currently connected to, there is the sense that there's this opportunity to address the problems within the relationship or the conflicts within the relationship and try to move towards making some progress there. Trying to make some growth in the area of your emotional happiness. Taking this opportunity to make things right. Whatever that means to you. It could be something as minor as, for example, if this King of Wands and Queen of Swords, Empress energy, let's say you are spouses and you live together and you've had this imbalanced idea of what your relationship is all about. Maybe you feel like you're taking on too much of the responsibility when it comes to the home and children, for example. I'm not saying this is what it is. It could be for some of you. And maybe this king, feels like he's taken on too much responsibility when it comes to making the money, or whatever the case may be. This is your chance now, with everything kind of up in the air, and maybe with things being a little bit uncertain, to address those issues that did make you unhappy in the past. Now you have the time and the ability to make things change, to make an effort, to make things better. So that when things do, balance out, start to get back to normal, or a new normal, whatever that looks like, who knows what's going to happen next month or next year, who knows what this world's going to look like. But when that does happen, then you've addressed the things that, were on shaky ground before, so now you have something stable and secure to stand on when something new comes your way. Does that make sense, Virgo? Okay, so we have the Three of Swords and the Hermit. It's almost a sense like you may want to hang on to what you know you have, which is not just material things or possessions, but it also is the relationships that you could potentially work on and make better. So hanging on to that, how can we fix this? How can we address, whatever has occurred in the past, conflict, heartache, grief, whatever's occurred in the past, to make things better, so that you can hang on to the things that are important to you, including connections and relationships. Two of Pentacles. Wheel of Fortune again. Knight of Cups in reverse. Five of Pentacles. King of Swords in reverse. And then the Four of Cups in reverse. So again, I'm getting the sense that with the Three of Swords coming out, Knight of Cups in reverse, Five of Pentacles, that there may have been, in addition to some loss, or whether it's job loss, financial loss, instability in that department, but there was also some heartache or some heartbreak surrounding this connection with this King of Wands. You may not be in the position of regaining the Pentacles yet because of uncertain times, but I do get the sense that even with the instability of the Pentacles, that the one thing that you do that you can control is maybe working on this. That's what I'm getting out of this reading. The strongest message of anything is that there is that opportunity presenting itself. I'm not saying that things are rosy and fabulous right now. You've got the Ten of Cups in reverse twice on the table. And there is indication that maybe this King of Wands left at one time, or left this connection or this relationship behind at one time because it was too much to handle, or it wasn't working out in some way, shape, or form. There is that indication. That's a possibility for some of you. But at the same time, again, with all of this uncertainty, there is that glimmer of hope, or that one thing where you can say, well, wait a minute, maybe there's something here that can be salvaged. Maybe there's something here that if you take a chance, if you take a risk, if you make that first move, that you can make things right again, that you can regain some hope, at least in some areas of your life that weren't feeling so good to you in the past. That's what I have, Virgo, more than anything else in the world. It's anything else in the world. More than anything else in this reading is that there's a sense that there's a lot of uncertainty, but your energy is very strong with this Queen of Swords, Empress energy, and this King of Wands energy is very strong. So I think there's potential. There's great potential here. Maybe I'll title this video that. Great potential. And instead of looking at things from the perspective of, oh, doom and gloom, everything's going to shit, everybody, I can't make ends meet, can't pay the bills, now what? My relationships are crappy, now what? Instead of taking that perspective, maybe saying, you know what? This is an opportunity to look this in the eye, to take on this challenge, and make something of it. Make something positive come out of all this grief, heartache, and hardship. All of this 5 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords energy. Maybe, transmute it into something different. That's what Empresses do. That's why you are an Empress, Virgo, dare I say. Because you have those kind of capabilities and the experience and the wherewithal, I love that word, to make things happen, because you have that kind of positive, nurturing energy. You have the experience, you've got the wisdom, and you've got spirit backing you. You've got the ability to make something out of nothing, because you're Virgo. Is that the card I'm taking? This is the one I'm taking. The Sage in reverse. Interesting. So the Sage in reverse is actually the Hierophant. I think it's supposed to be a Hierophant. These cards in this deck are not titled the same. Some of them correspond. Like the Mother, for example, is the same as the Empress, and the Father is the Emperor. The Child is the Fool. They have different meanings. The Sage, I think, is the Sage the Hermit? The Hermit's number 9. It might be. The Sage might be, even though it doesn't have the same number, it might be actually the Hermit. Especially since he's got the torch that kind of looks like the lantern. Anyway, I'm making too much of this. It showed up in reverse, so it's a potential blockage. And I'm going to read this for you, Virgo, and then we're going to wrap up this reading. And it's about 3/4 of the page, not very long. I will display the card in the upright for you, Virgo. Okay, so here we go. There is, however, a flip side to the Sage. He can be just a little absent-minded and also appear to be self-absorbed. He loves to speak so much that sometimes he fails to listen. Is this you? As well-intentioned as you might be in sharing your knowledge, could there be a chance that you are not listening to something that you really need to hear? The Sage reversed is also symbolic of a smooth talker with the gift of gab. He can at times say what he knows people want to hear as opposed to what needs to be said. He represents someone who is a bit of a Pied Piper. Watch out for this person in your life because they can be quite manipulative, and you could find yourself wandering off your own path and following theirs instead. In the reverse position, the Sage is also somebody who hates being wrong. He prides himself on offering accurate information, so if he has been misled and then makes the mistake of offering inaccurate information, the sage can become quite defensive. He will resent being questioned, challenged, or criticized. Instead of apologizing, he may become argumentative and do everything to convince others that he is correct because he is too proud to admit that he could be wrong, or that an offered alternate point of view could also be correct. He can also be a little haughty and arrogant if people question his knowledge or offer a differing opinion. He takes such pride in being correct that when an alternate perspective or contradictory theory is offered, he can become querulous and bombastic. For a very open-minded and questioning person, there are times when the sage can be exceptionally closed-minded and dogmatic. He likes to be right, sometimes for all the wrong reasons. When the sage appears reversed, he cautions against arrogance and prideful behavior in the face of criticism. You do not always have to be right, nor do you have to win every argument. Sometimes it is far easier and reflects better upon you to admit that your facts or perspective might be a little skewed. Do not fall into the trap of embellishing and twisting information so that you can be seen in a positive light. Two wrongs do not make a right. So, this could represent you or the person that you're dealing with, this King of Wands, or both of you. Maybe there is a need for compromise. Maybe this represents both of you. I'm going to leave this here and let you interpret that how you want to, Virgo, and how it applies to your situation. So I want to say again, thank you so much for joining me, Virgo. I hope that this reading was helpful in some way, shape, or form. And thank you for watching. If it did resonate, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment if you want to. I always appreciate those, and I hope I see you again soon. Bye, Virgo. Take care.